Hi guys, welcome to techENT. I'm Darwin and this is the techENT download. So first things first, last week 30th of June, Yes4G actually invited us for a launch event of their double data plan. What is a double data plan? Double data plan from Yes4G gives you 24 gigabytes of 4G LTE and broadband data. It's aggregated into 16 gigabyte of LTE data and 8 gigabyte of broadband data. They launched Yes4G Altitude together with the double plan. The Yes4G Altitude retails for 399 ringgit. This plan will be available at 70 ringgit per month, and with the 70 ringgit per month you actually get a Yes4G Altitude. It's a good deal. Last few weeks we covered something about VR. This week we are actually getting some love for VR. This year's biggest thing is the Olympics in Rio in Brazil. Samsung has been Olympics premier partner since Olympics was in Korea, basically a really long time ago. That's why they have collaborated with NBC, America's premier broadcaster, to bring VR content to their Samsung Gear VR. This VR content is exclusive to Samsung Gear VR and compatible devices such as the Samsung Galaxy S6, S6 Edge, S6 Edge Plus, Note 5, S7 and the S7 Edge. There will be 85 hours of exclusive content for you to watch, including the opening and the closing ceremony, so that'll be really cool for you to be watching it like you're there, which will be broadcasted the next day after the events that are held. Now, the Olympics will be held from 5th to 21st of August. So the VR broadcast will be from the 6th to 22nd. There's no free lunch in this world. So you have to be a paid subscriber to NBC for you to access all this exclusive Olympics content through the Samsung Gear VR. And because VR is the in thing nowadays, Google is as well jumping on board the VR boat. They have been always thinking about bringing web to VR, which means that we will get Chrome VR. The proof is in their beta version of Chrome, they actually included a web VR extension. That means you can use an Android phone paired up with a Google Cardboard to actually experience web in VR. Of course, this only applies to VR ready websites, and anything that's not VR ready, it will still appear normal. Not to worry though, because this year's Google I/O will focus on VR and they might be announcing the Chrome VR, which will address all these issues with compatibility and all those, which means that you can access the web through your VR goggles using an Android device. With that as well, Google will be introducing a VR only section in the Google Play Store, and all these VR content from Android is also compatible with the HTC Vive and the Oculus Rift. Isn't that great? Talking about HTC Vive and Oculus Rift, emphasize on HTC Vive. It's been such a successful device. It has sold about 30,000 units in its first week itself. Because of its success and its potential growth in the future, because of the success of the HTC Vive, the board of HTC decided that it should be run as a totally separate subsidiary than to be mixed with the current HTC brand, which hasn't been doing so well these few years. Last week we actually saw Google purchasing WebPass, a San Francisco company. Before that, Google actually took part in a trans-Pacific undersea cable. This undersea cable is supposed to run from the American continent to Japan. This cable is capable of 60 terabytes of data exchange. Because of Google's contributions and involvement in this project, they actually get 10 terabytes of data out of the 60 terabytes that will be provided. The other 50 terabytes are distributed among 5 other Asian service providers. For Google to hold 10 terabytes of data to Japan, they have nearly instant access to Google's cloud services. The cables went online on the 30th of June last week. In a not so positive headline, Google's office in Spain was actually raided for tax evasions. A month before that, Google's office in Paris was also raided for the same reason. Google actually responded to this news by saying that they are actually at the right side of the law, that they actually follow the tax laws in Spain, and they will be happy to collaborate with the Spanish government or the tax department to sort out all the issues that they have. Microsoft will be quite busy in the coming months because Windows 10's next big update, which is an anniversary update, actually comes on the 2nd of August. Now this update will not only be available for PCs, it will be available for various devices including mobile, the supported ones obviously. With this new update, they'll be releasing a software called Whiteboard. It actually sounds a lot like Microsoft's interpretation or implementation, if you like, of Google Classroom. With the Windows Whiteboard, you can actually have scrapbooks where you can create any sort of content that can be shared with the classroom between the teacher and the student very seamlessly, I might add. Also integrate web content in the education line or in the contents of whatever they created. Also with Microsoft, a few episodes ago we talked about them buying LinkedIn for over 26 billion. Apparently the acquisition of LinkedIn is not so simple. There's actually 5 competing companies including Microsoft. The latest update says that 3 of the 5 competing companies for LinkedIn has backed down. Although these 3 companies are not named, speculation says that they could be Alphabet, which is basically Google, Facebook, Oracle, and IBM. Microsoft offered 26.2 billion at 196 US dollars per share, an all-cash transaction to acquire LinkedIn. The other company competing against Microsoft to acquire LinkedIn is Salesforce. Salesforce is offering 200 US dollars per share at a cash plus stock transaction. Going to the rumor mill, Microsoft is actually looking into producing a Surface all-in-one PC for your living room. A lot of people are actually requesting Microsoft to make a Surface all-in-one PC. There's actually almost no information regarding this new all-in-one Surface. The availability and the launch of this new Surface device depends a lot on Intel's new 14nm processors. Of course, it doesn't stop the rumor mill from saying that it might be launched during the next update of the Surface early 2017. Alongside the new Microsoft Surface device, people are actually saying that there will be a new Surface smartphone. Bear with me, we're going to be talking about cars here. This week, we see one of the biggest technology firms in the world, fastest growing technology firms in the world, having a little bit of a crash, like literal crash. What I mean is that news of a little fatal crash that involves a Tesla and a trailer. Apparently, according to reports, this is the first fatal crash involving a Tesla on Autopilot. Ironically as well, this is also the same system that the victim claims to save his life. He even has a video proof of it, check the description. It was apparently also determined by the police that he has a portable DVD recorder that was playing during the crash. This DVD player had Harry Potter in it, so the police, or basically the public, suspected that he was watching Harry Potter during the crash. I don't know which Harry Potter that he was watching, but I hope it's not the Deathly Hallows. Theories about Tesla's autopilot system not having an auto brake function has been addressed by Tesla and its developing partner, MobilEyes. They say that they actually have auto brake. According to research from experts and Tesla and MobilEyes, this is a very rare condition. The situation and the scenario that was presented to Tesla's autopilot system at the time of the crash was unique, it was very rare, and was very unfortunate. Tesla's autopilot system is one of the best, if not the best semi-autonomous driving modes in the world. Tesla and MobilEyes actually recommend that you do not take your eyes off the road as a driver. And talking about autonomous vehicles, Bmw has partnered with Intel and MobilEyes to bring fully autonomous cars in 2021, 5 years from now. MobilEyes is the company that supplied the autopilot system for Tesla. Apparently, Intel has been developing this tech for years as well. That was the techENT download. If you like this sort of video, do give us a thumbs up. And do subscribe to our YouTube channel for more videos like this. We have all our social media in the description below. Do follow all of them. And for more tech news, visit www.techent.tv. I'm Darwin, thank you for watching. I'll see you on the next video.